stopped at the 15. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers.
Trying to beat the D deep. Snags it on the right. Open runway ahead. Inside the 10. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Man, how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive, he had way too much time to throw.
To the air, it's Ward. Trying to get to him. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
With the catch, it's Martinez. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. The Canes want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Canes have this offense rolling. Quarterback checking off. He'll come out throwing on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That's reeled in. It's Martinez. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. No thought of trying to kick the 46-yarder. They'll go for it. On 4th down, going to the air. He's got it, and they convert. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. And the Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Catch in the middle. It's Fletcher. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Let's it fly. Caught near the sticks. It's Arroyo. Touchdown, Canes! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Ballard. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back and forth.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Trying play action. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Brings it down on the right side. Oh, look out. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And he puts through the extra point. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He'll pull it down and run.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
He's going to pass. Floating away. He's going to run it. Still running at the 40. Oh, look out. There he goes. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Fires to the middle. Touchdown, Hurricane! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Back to throw, it's Howard. Looking for a huge play. Wide open, he makes the catch. Then he breaks into the open. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
The AT unit on the field. Bangs it through for an extra point. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Fair catch called for and made. remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. They want to throw it. He fires one deep over the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
That's the end of the first half with the game tied.
We're all locked up here in the third quarter as he's set to kick it away. Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Caught near the sticks. It's George. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
And the Canes are marching down the field. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Makes the grab. It's Horton.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Got it on the outside. It's Restrepo.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Rams him with the stiff arm. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
And how about the big play by this running back? Nice job running with the football, good balance, seeing where he needed to go with the football, finishing the run. He gets knocked out of bounds, but how about this offense set up now on first and goal?
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. To the air, it's Ward. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Miami! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Got it in the middle, it's Scott. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He's going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
Grab near the sticks. It's Henderson. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Off-play action on first down. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Miami 28, Ohio State 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He wants to throw it again. Looking deep. Fires into traffic, picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Got the quick pass. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Quickly complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before they snap.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. The give as they work on that clock. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Looking downfield, it's Ward. Quickly complete. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Canes have pushed it inside the 20. To the air on first down. It's complete. And he will score! Touchdown, Canes! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep.
35, Ohio State 21.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline.
And that pass picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
He'll start this drive firing. Fires downfield. Lost the defense. He's wide open. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And another big play by this offense. And if they are playing, not thinking about the scoreboard at all, there's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricane. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Going for the return. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll throw it on first down. He's got him wide open. Got some room to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, Miami. And the route is on.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man.
Time to take a shot. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone, won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0.
How about the bomb by the offense? The Hail Mary, they go deep. The defense knows it's coming. Where are they? Where is the defense? You've got to stay as deep as the deepest and make sure this doesn't happen. The Hail Mary to success.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, and it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.